Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Tomorrow morning, South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg is set to go on trial for his driving on the night he hit and killed Joe Beaver. He faces 3 misdemeanor traffic violations for his driving that night.
Each carries a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail, a $500 fine, or both. Beaver's cousin, Nick Nemec, hopes justice is served outside of the courtroom as well.
Jason Ravnsborg's punishment will be the loss of his political and military careers and having to live for the rest of his life with what he did.
The trial is set to begin at 9 a.m. tomorrow in the Stanley County Circuit Court. We'll have team coverage from the trial throughout the day. A case being argued before the South Dakota Supreme Court asks whether or not judges have the right to seal information on a search warrant, which appears to contradict South Dakota law. Former South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley is arguing to keep the search warrant information secret on an unnamed individual.
KELOLAND News is unable to confirm the identity of that person because of a gag order in the case. 2 news organizations are arguing the search warrant information should be public according to South Dakota law. The Supreme Court will make a decision at a later date. Authorities in northeastern Nebraska are looking for a Yankton, South Dakota man that fled on foot after a pursuit. Around 5:30 Tuesday afternoon, South Dakota authorities were pursuing a blue car that headed into Cedar County, Nebraska. Deputies with the Cedar County Sheriff's Office picked up the pursuit east of Wynot, Nebraska.
A deputy was able to stop the car. The passenger was arrested. The driver, Nathan Murphy, ran into a cornfield and remains at large. He stands 6 feet tall and has brown hair and brown eyes. Murphy was last seen only wearing red shorts. If you see him, do not approach and call 911 immediately. Well, turning to weather now, another round of rain is expected in KELOLAND later this week.
And there's some rain currently on the radar. Let's get a check of our current conditions with meteorologist Scott Munn. Scott?
All right, good morning, everybody. We continue to follow showers, thunder showers this morning, mainly north of Interstate 90, and these will continue to move to the east as we do go through the morning hours and into the afternoon. It will be a cooler and drier day today as well, and we'll continue this active pattern, especially across parts of eastern, northeastern South Dakota and around Aberdeen, remaining active through at least the first half of the weekend. Then Sunday's looking dry. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The opening round of the Sanford International is just over 3 weeks away, but the PGA Tour Champions event is more than a golf tournament.
This year's Sanford International includes a concert by country music star Sam Hunt at Great Shots and a children's walk from Sanford's Children's Hospital to Minnehaha Country Club. Between the ropes, the event is quickly building a favorable reputation among professional golfers.
I hope we just keep getting bigger and bigger and just continue to be a staple on the PGA Tour Champions. You know, we've only been around for 4 years, but I think that we can wholeheartedly say we're a can't-miss stop on the PGA Tour Champions already.
The Sanford International runs September 13th through the 19th at Minnehaha Country Club in Sioux Falls. It's another big day for the Sioux Falls Little League team.
The players will look to advance in the World Series as they take on California later today in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. There's a lot of excitement out east and here at home.
We need to thank the community of Sioux Falls and really the state of South Dakota for all the love and support that they've given to these boys. Our coaches have been tremendous. Game
time is 4 o'clock Central Time this afternoon.
Oh, good luck to them. Yeah. That is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather looking active the next couple of days. We've got a little rain in the forecast today for areas west of Sioux Falls, but tomorrow, severe weather chances. Now, interestingly enough, this is aligned more in western South Dakota where the instability will be higher tomorrow. So not necessarily widespread rain, but we could get some hits of thunderstorms out here that could produce some hail. We'll watch that here for Thursday. Now, initially today, some of these sprouting areas of showers and thunderstorms having a tendency to work their way out of southwest South Dakota toward Aberdeen early this afternoon. We're going to leave that out of the Sioux Falls forecast. We've got a northeast wind that's dropping the humidity today, so most of the numbers will be held back a little bit because of the combo of these conditions. Tonight, we're curious about how many new thunderstorms can sprout up after midnight. As we look at the clues on Futurecast, we're seeing some better agreement across North Dakota. That could clip our northern South Dakota counties after 3 in the morning. There also will be some rain in northern and northeast Nebraska into northwest Iowa. That could affect Sioux Falls, but right now kind of looking at a little better concentration a bit to the south. And then as you see the progression of the rain in North Dakota, see how that comes south into Aberdeen. Could be some nice rains tomorrow morning into the early afternoon there into Minnesota again. And then as advertised, the west, if we destabilize, we'll probably pop some storms there. And then most of eastern KELOLAND gets right back at it. Tomorrow evening, showers and storms and some locally heavy rain near that warm front boundary. That's why you notice the collection of rain there, more of an east-west kind of paralleling Interstate 90. Now, we're still subject to where that's going to happen. If it shifts north of the interstate, that's still something we're evaluating, but wherever that band sets up tomorrow night, that could easily have some training rainfall effects. And you know, if we weren't in drought, we'd be a little more concerned about flash flooding with that. We're going to have to keep an eye on those things in this forecast. 81 today, Sioux Falls, and as we expect dry weather today, we're going to replace that with wet weather tomorrow, off and on. 77 for a high. The humidity, it's going to come right back, roaring towards us Friday and Saturday. Dew points in Sioux Falls will get close to 70 again, so it's going to feel pretty tropical. And then that next frontal boundary on Saturday, that's a whole nother system. It's going to come through and it's going to deliver some more scattered thunderstorms, not just for Sioux Falls, but Aberdeen could easily get that on Saturday as well. Next week may warm up a bit more early in the week, but even beyond day 7, there's more rain chances coming. The PIERRE 7-day is also mimicking Aberdeen with a good chance of rain tomorrow into early Friday. A break early Saturday. We're going to watch how that's going to unfold too, though, for PIERRE, the timeline on that to start the weekend. Rapid City, you're not excluded from the rain, but maybe a little less coverage here in the west with highs in the low to mid 80s into Friday. Check out details with our Storm Center update. Important information at KELOLAND.com.